So, you're on. Yes, Saliji.
Good morning, everyone. Lovely sunny day here, and we have the great fortune of having Warren with us this morning. And Warren's been practicing and teaching this Raja Yoga for over 40 years, and he is very deep with his thinking. So you're in for a beautiful morning today. And the topic is how yoga power can help us to deal with any nasty things, invisible nasty things that come along. And and we'll be having some very deep meditation with Warren. So thank you all. Enjoy the talk.
Good morning, Om Shanti. So firstly, to introduce myself a little bit more, as Sally has said, I practiced the Raja Yoga meditation for 40 odd years, but also I've branched out and learned how to do energy healing. Also, I've studied 6 different forms of Qigong, so I'm well versed in the way energy works and also how to use it for healing. There's many methods to look after yourself, particularly in this day and age when we have the challenge of the flu virus. Sure, what I'm about to tell you is not a complete answer to everything. It is just one layer of protection to consider. Still wash your hands, still wear your mask, still do all those other things. But on an internal level, my talk will focus upon particularly that. So, in essence, it's about how to bring down a powerful energy field around you. We call it here the canopy of protection, but it's more than just visualizing light around you. It's an actual experience that initially you practice this form of meditation, bringing the light down around you, through you, and into your life. But after a while, it will be learnt off by heart. And then even deeper, it will be learnt in your subconscious mind. And when that connection with the light and mind is deeply in your subconscious mind, that is when you're quite solid. I want to offer you all a meditation right now. So, that's just distraction by the way. So it's a very simple meditation. Initially visualize a great divine light above you. And that this light is shining down upon you, around you. Visualize a divine energy pouring over you through your auric field, your energy field. Now bring that light down into your head, into your throat, your chest, and so on, throughout your body, your arms and legs. And as vividly as you can, visualize that light and might shining inside of you, inside every organ, and around your aura. As you get it more clearly visualized, then you'll start to feel it. Feel a shift of energy, as if your vibrations are rising up, your aura expanding, your inner radiance growing. Imagine your third eye, your brain shining bright, bright light. Your heart center shining with golden light. Dantian, your lower energy field, full of life energy. We'll do this drill a few more times this morning. But in essence, as you practice this type of meditation, bringing the light and might through you, around you, it will offer you a very solid protective field. I want to tell you some stories to add some validity to what I'm claiming here. One nice story was one of my students, my good friends. He was working in a very large company and everyone was coming down with the flu. And he would walk through their communal lunchroom and he, with a very strong mind, would be so sure, so confident that he would not become ill. He just, with a very powerful invocation, demanded in a way, or commanded, better word, commanded that his aura would repel these invisible things going around. And it just, no doubt, totally fearless. And he would say to me, it's been my mind that did it. I sealed my aura so these things could not come in. Believe it or not. Another aspect of this powerful field that I'm calling an aura. One mother, one of the students of Essendon, her child was walking along to school in front of her, and out of nowhere came an angry dog and started to bark at her child. And instantly she threw a protective energy field, a thought form, over her child, like a bubble of radiant energy. And straight away the dog cowered. It stopped in its tracks and left the child alone. What's happening? What is this auric field? Yes, it is energy, but it's created by pure thought. Very pure thought without any trace of doubt. An actual belief that you can invoke from spirit, from the source of unlimited light and might, that energy to manifest upon earth. My friends, of course, another disclaimer, you cannot walk in front of a train or a truck and think that that aura is going to protect you. Still be practical in your self-protection. But on this subtle level, how to use your mind, this is what I'm sharing with you. So, just like a computer, to protect it from virus, same word again, it will have a firewall. First level, the firewall is comparable in this description to being your aura. Secondly, it will have the antivirus, the internal immune system. And in that meditation I just shared with you, it's your internal radiance. Picture something trying to invade you. It might get through your aura, but then it meets this body of light inside and just burns. Literally or metaphysically, it will burn. And in this day and age too, it's not just about protecting yourself about flu. The amount of fear in the world, the amount of stress, worry, violence. I was shopping the other day and the energy I was feeling in the supermarket, there was people on edge. And so again, I was using this, bringing this bright light down around me, through me, and holding my aura, holding my peace, holding my internal radiance. And sure, maybe I didn't affect a lot of other people, but at least I protected myself. And I dare say that's what I'm lecturing on here. But in turn, what will happen is as you practice your own inner radiance, not just you can then help anyone in your auric field, in your house, in your space, your loved ones. You can really start to open up the whole possibility of surrounding as far as you can extend your aura with this light and might that could well, in theory, offer a protective canopy over everyone. So I want to do another meditation. This meditation I learned from one of my teachers. He told us to utter the word love. And as you utter the word love, radiate that love through your being. Say it now with me, just in your mind. Love. Love. I am love. And as you say that word, visualize using your mind, your heart center, your mind, your whole aura, starting to pulsate. A wave of energy. Just say the word love. 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 And so on. At times I felt myself in a very toxic environment or surrounded by people that are perhaps mentally unwell. I reverted to that form of protection. I didn't want to touch their mind or try and understand them. They were too not well. And so to hold my own energy, I just used that method. You see, if you're full, if you're radiant, you're not sucking in. The opposite to love is fear. If you see something and you start to get scared, if you're scared of this world, not a good state of mind, because inadvertently, even though you'd like it to go away, in this level of what I'm talking about, the method of using your mind to protect yourself, if you're fearful, you're invoking it. I'll tell you a funny story. I was in India once and I was sent to this dormitory that was right next to the crematorium. And yes, there was one or two little invisible characters floating around the dormitory. And I'm sitting in my bed to meditate. And right next to me, there was a glass of water on the wooden table. And the glass started to rock, 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 rock. No wind, rock, 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 and fell on the ground and smashed. A very, very nice introduction to say, there's other things in this room other than what you can see. And I was in a cavalier mood. And I said, nice party trick. I laughed. And then I surrounded myself in Baba's light. Baba is my nickname, our nickname here for the Supreme Soul, that radiant source of bliss. I just invoked that light and might all around me without any fear. Oh, small percentage of fear, to be honest. But like a cocoon, I just wrapped it around myself and said, good night, and told Baba, the Supreme, keep that light around me all night. I slept like an angel. But I did wake up halfway through the night, and in the room, there was about 3 or 4 brothers sitting up sweating. And I looked at them and I knew what was going on. Yes, these invisible energies, entities can play with us. But once you learn this method of bringing down this bright energy, you have a great source of protection for yourself. I want to do this drill again, once again, and then again I'll do it too. Because the more we do this drill, the more psychically your channels will open up and your ability to visualize more vividly will open up brighter and brighter. This type of stuff, you don't just want to know it intellectually, you want to know it deep in your energy field, as in you can experience it. Now once again, visualize the bright presence of the Supreme Soul. Just imagine it as vividly as you can, without any doubt. Free your mind and visualize that bright energy shining down over you, forming a bright canopy, divine canopy around you. And bring it down through your organs, through your head, your throat, your heart, chest, tummy, down your legs, down your arms. And visualize inside your body, starting to shine, every organ, especially if you've got any sickness in your body. Send that divine creative energy into those organs as well. You can close your eyes if it will help you, and then visualize you're full of golden light. Shining light of whatever color you wish. And in turn, your aura, emanating light in all directions, and a powerful force field around you. Hope you feel warm inside even. Full of light, radiance, fullness, love. Om Shanti. Now, another level of protection. Yoga is not just about invoking energy, communing with energy. It is also about communicating. The Supreme Soul has an army of angels. There are many light workers, guides, brilliant healers, amazing beings that live there. But they do not interfere in your life. Why? Because it's one of the rules. One of the rules. You're given free will. You live your life the way you want to live it. But if you want guidance, if you want some intuitive knowledge to be given to you, do know that you're not alone. Don't walk the earth alone. You can ask. And this is even mentioned in the Bible, ask and you shall receive. A very powerful statement of truth. That spirit is waiting there. Your ancestors, your angels, God himself, herself, shining there wanting to help, but will not interfere unless you ask. Many times when I used to do the energy healing, I'd do my best to move the energy, this and that. And then I'd ask them to come. I'd say to my big buddies, my friends, come, do what you can do now. I've done my best. Now, over to you. And time again, I can't tell you how many times, it wasn't during my healing, me moving energy and cleaning their aura, that the miracles happened. It was when I asked. It was when I asked for their help to step in and help this person. And so as you're maybe struggling with, oh, how do I visualize this aura around me? If you're not good at visualizing it, then ask. Ask, please, offer me your protection, your clearance, your guidance. And as you ask this from your guides, your God, as you invoke that divine help, help them as well. Visualize as vividly as you can this beautiful, purifying, clearing energy to come straight from God, shining through every part of your being, inside and out. Ask for strength, and you'll feel this strength starting to surge through you, and guidance. Hey, it's not all about, I need energy to protect you, protect myself. You also need your intuition. You also need to be clever. You have to know and see through situations. And when even your third eye is seeing things as they are, rather than just working with energy, you have a higher knowing. And that higher knowledge of, oh, I need to take iodine, that is going to help me overcome this problem. You'll be just led to things. Oh, start taking this supplement now. Oh, stop doing this now, stop eating that. And you go, oh, thank you. This too is part and parcel of being in this canopy of protection. You will also receive guidance. Another nice story to share with you. I was doing some energy healing once, and I didn't know how sick the person that I was working on actually was. And one of my friends who was psychic, she gave me a call the next day and says, "What you been doing, Warren?" I said, oh, nothing much, this, that. And she said, "You've been doing some healing, haven't you?" I said, "Oh yeah, I did some of that too." And then she said, "You have picked up some very dark energy of that person. If you can't lift it off yourself, I will send some of my friends to help you." And I went, okay, hung up. And for the next days, I did my best to clean myself and sending the light and light through me. And one night, I was sleeping, my hands by my side, and all of a sudden my hands lifted up to my chest. It woke me. And I put my hands back down. That's strange. And all of a sudden, and then I realized, I opened my mind's eye and I saw two huge, radiant angels standing next to me. And both had their hands on one of them. And they were shining a light. I just surrendered to it. When I saw who it was, and I believed, I'm a big believer that they were there. And this light and light shone through me, and I actually heard inside of me these things exploding, like tumors going. And I fell asleep in a state of bliss. And I woke up the next morning still in bliss. And I quickly called up my friend and said, "Thanks for sending your buddies around. Tell them they're amazing." My friends, we are not alone. You do your best to bring this light and light through you. And when you get really good at it, perhaps you'll be as powerful as those that actually live 24/7 in that light and light. I pray one day you will be, I will be. But before you reach there, never forget you're not alone. And that light and that guidance and that blessing is there for us all. Do you believe it coming straight from Brahma, Brahma Baba, the Supreme Soul, Christ, Buddha, To whoever you believe is there for you. They are there on some level that's very hard for the human brain to understand. And the last aspect of my talk, to really be able to invoke this light and might, we have to set ourselves free from our human brain. Our human reality is a filter that will always doubt your ability to do this work. The first teaching here is that you're a soul and you're the master of your body, but also you're the master of your thoughts and your energy. Simple, right? But to deeply realize the depth of being a soul, that's not simple. That takes a lot of meditation. As you start to enter into higher consciousness of actually your ego entering into your immortality, into your divinity, when you have a thought from that level of your being, it will shape the whole matrix of the constructed mind. It is enormously powerful. And in the language of Raj Yogis, we call that being the master or mighty authority. When you, the soul, are totally connected with the most radiant being in all three worlds, in all realms, and you have a thought from there, it's a bit like you've got a little slide and you've got this brilliant 1,000,000,000 watt globe shining through that slide, through your thought. And when you project that thought in a direction, it has irresistible power. And your human brain that used to maybe my human brain that's all the time, I have to tell it to be quiet. Don't get in the way. I am a soul. I am a divine being. And I am a child of the Almighty authority. So when I get this perfectly right, the order of things is so crucial. The Supreme Soul, then I, the soul, in that energy field, and then create a thought. It goes through sanskaras, it goes through emotions, it goes through intellectual fog. And it absolutely moves chi, moves my aura. So I want to give you a drill right now to go into the stage of master almighty authority and command energy from that level. So firstly, don't try and think yourself there. Just take a leap of faith, a step. Just visualize you, the soul, in the very auric field, the very heart of the Supreme Soul. Feel the radiance. And another characteristic when you've got it, an expanding silence. The Supreme Soul has a very beautiful, unending, silent light energy. And now from that totally God-connected soul, visualize in the world of your mind a body of bright, angelic fire. Bright fire angel. Not just an angel of light, but this is made of atomic fire. And visualize a body of pure love. Unending, golden, divine love. Radiating, expanding, exploding through your being, through the cosmos. Don't limit your mind. Don't doubt that you can do this stuff. You can. And then in turn, unending light and might, shining out in all directions. And bring this divine Master Almighty light and might, the angelic self, down into your body. Step into your physical body and push out any disease, any negativity, any darkness, any sadness. Let a baba bomb go off throughout your body. And anything that's resisting that form, just explode this angelic fire. And then just with your mind circulate, look through your body. Is anything not so shiny? How is your aura? Like this, like that. And now, the last closing. Go and put yourself in front of your favorite angel, your Buddha, your guide, whoever you believe's there for you. Or if you don't believe anyone's there for you, just believe in love. That a higher love is there, a field full of love. You take your mental body there, in front of that being, or in front of that love, and dive in. Merge into the blessings of that energy, of that being, and ask clearance. For healing, for strengthening, for guidance. And give your thanks to your friends up there. Offer gratitude, recognition that they are there, and when you recognize that they're there, then they'll come to you more. And the last thing in my prayer that I always offer is after asking for me, I want clearance, protection, healing, guidance. It's a two-way street, this relationship. I always then ask, I invite, should I not ask, I invite. Please use me as your instrument. I invite you. May I be an instrument for your work. That's talking like a real child, isn't it? Om Shanti. Well, I will clarify this whole thing of asking. At first, maybe a devotee mind is saying, oh, please help me. Don't ask like that. Ask as a rightful soul, a rightful child. You belong to the divine, so why not ask? Come, Sally.
Thank you very much for that. It really was very, very powerful, and we enjoyed it very much. And keep up the good work. And everyone, I'm sure you took some benefit from that. And if you want to do a course in Raja Yoga, Sister Janti, one of our senior teachers, is going to give one next week. and you'll get a link that you can register for that. It's a free course, and she's a very good teacher, so that will help you with this work that Warren's been talking about. It'll help you get closer to that. So you'll find out about that on your emails. And now have a lovely day, and thank you again to Warren.
Thank you. Thanks for coming, everyone. Is there any questions, or that's it? Okay. Om Shanti, everyone. Oh,